Alright, this video is going to be a little bit about the meta and how you get started in MapleStory Classic World and kind of like pros and cons of Classic Worlds right now and the balancing. So I just got to level 20 with a party, and I think it took me 1 hour to get from level 1 to level 10. Then 10 to 15, I went to Genesis Hunting Grounds for a bit. There's a ton of people in there. And then I also did some quests to unlock the crafting system. And that got me to 15. And once I got to 15, your options are kind of going to be maybe the rainforest east of Genesis, and there are some pigs there. It's a really nice flat map, but it was really populated. And then eventually I went to Bubblings. I wouldn't really recommend going to Bubblings at least until you're at least level 15. It's better at like level 17. But yeah, if you try to go here early, it's going to be really tough. And I actually lost Meso going for like grinding here due to the resources needed. So as you can see, I only have 4 red potions and 16 lemons on me. I think it took like 30 lemons per level or something like that. But now that I'm slightly more leveled and geared, I can solo these. And the one thing I want to talk about when grinding is the MP usage for the damage. So as you can see here, energy bolts. I use this most of my time here. The reason being the MP cost of Magic Claw. So the base MP cost I'll show you is 10 MP, and for energy bolt is 6. You want to start thinking about how many casts it takes to kill a monster and how much MP you're spending to kill a monster, because you are really that strapped for resource. So a level 1 energy bolts, it will take me 3 shots to kill a bubbling. So that took me 18 MP to kill the bubbling, and then I get 28 meso and that bubbling, which is another 20 meso. So yeah, 28 MP, but if I cast a max magic claw, I might spend 20 MP to kill the bubbling. Or if I don't exactly hit it or one-shot it, I'm gonna spend 40 MP, and that's a lot of MP. That's like 18 MP versus 40 MP. That's like double, that's over double the MP cost, and that's gonna be really important when you're leveling to consider. Because I'm more of showcase right now, I'm not trying to optimize my grind. And I'll show you that and what energy bolt looks like with... Actually, while I'm in the cash shop, I'll show you the cash shop items. So here are the main items. You get a pet, there's auto move skills. There's your store permits and hairstyle coupons. And here are the available cash items. I'll go a little bit slower so you can like pause. No gloves. Accessories, label rings, and effects. I'll go into the hairstyles a little bit as well. So the VIP coupons, for whatever reason, in this beta test, there's not that many VIP hairstyles, but to actually get the the Antagonist Hair, I had to use the regular coupon and gamble. So I'm not sure if there was more. I didn't gamble that much. But yeah, the Antagonist Hair was in the Kerning City coupon under the regular hair, not the VIP. So it'll be interesting if they lock the more popular hairstyles or better looking ones in sort of a gambling way as to make money or monetize. I think these being 7 days is just part of the test because this is a leaf points and not next on cash. And here are the SP resets rules. So I'll show damage tests as well. So as a mage, you have it the easiest. It's a lot more difficult for like assassins or bandits because they have to manage their accuracy stat. It still does matter in this game, but I'm not playing assassin this time around. I'll be going to become a cleric. And there's also pet equipment as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the cash shop. And that's how I got the alert eyes and how I got the blue Antagonist Hair. I think the alert eyes were from the Genesis random one and not the VIP. But anyway, back to more damage numbers real quickly. Oh shoot. I want to show you what's the max energy bolt is. And let's see if energy bolt is more efficient, because sometimes I'm not one-shotting with Magic Claw, and that's because I have a level 10 wand instead of a 15 or 20. So if I had a level 20 wand, this would be really efficient, but right now it is not. I'll do an SP reset here. And then... oh, let me check I'm still recording. Okay, yeah, I am. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to max energy bolts. I've actually been playing Maple for more, but I got disconnected earlier from like a party list, but... so the mastery level is interesting. The lower damage variation, and then the basic attack, it's really weird scaling. So you notice how I did like 100 earlier with energy bolts? Well, now I'm doing 200. So I don't know how basic attack works with the scaling, but it seems to do a little more than what it says. Like, it's just not 1-to-1 with magic. My magic stack is 77. So as you can see, because at max level, the energy bolts cost 14 MP, so at most it costs 28 MP to kill a bubbling. You kind of want to balance your skill to be like 2 or 3 shots and not use that much MP. But the problem with that is that SP resets are probably not going to be that easily available in the regular game. So optimizing skill builds are going to be a little bit more tricky, because you have to determine how much MP it costs to kill a monster around your level, and whether that's efficient, because you're not going to have potion. But it could be that they buff the potion drop rates or meso drop rate or anything else. So that could change in the future, but I'm sure it's going to be somewhat interesting or difficult balancing. I'm just going to go back to Magic Claw, because it has a higher ceiling. I guess you probably want to see level 1 Magic Claw, huh? So let's see what a level 1 Magic Claw looks like. 48, 54, and then max. Oh, it looks like it still have Magic Guard on after I reset my SP. 40, 85, and then 130, 120. That like more than doubled my damage. And yeah, as you can see, this is actually kind of hard of a place to grind. But now that I'm level 20, it's much easier. It's just when you try to do this at level 15, it's going to be a lot more difficult. So you don't want to... if you're struggling with monsters like that, then you probably just want to downgrade the level or difficulty of monsters you're fighting. So next, what I'm going to show is the hairstyles real quickly. I think they're just limited because it's the beta test, so a lot of things are going to change in the future anyway. But yeah, this is how I got Antagonist Hair from the regular coupon. And it was random. And then for VIP, there's only these available at the moment. I think there were more in previous builds, but I think for the closed beta test, they limited it. Transfer into man. Oh, I can't. Okay. Anyway, that's a little bit about the damage and optimizing your training as you go from 1 to 20. Another thing is that I did get a pet scroll drop. So I was able to upgrade my pet equipment to give me 2% more speed, and it was a 60% chance. It dropped from the bubbling, but yeah, stuff is pretty rare. But as you can see, 2% more speed for me, which is kind of nice. And you can see shops here. The shield you can buy from Lith Harbor. I don't know why they're reselling it, but maybe they found it as a drop. I don't know what the Fragment of Magic does. But this guy's upcharging for Mithril. And this is just event items. I did get some Meso from attending like a event where the GM spawned a bunch of Manos and Slime Kings in Genesis, so I just looted it. It was available for everyone, and you get 10k Meso per trophy. So per boss. And I only got one because it was tough. So that's a little bit about the meta and how you progress in Classic World. So from 1 to 10, you do your beginner quest. You can leave beginner island early at like level 8 if you want to, and finish off 10 anywhere else. You have to be 10 to be magician. And I don't know if I showcased the F12 thing, but if you press F12, you can hide your UI like in picture mode, and here are also all the settings available. Some of these are definitely not in the original Classic, but I think they're nice. Auto capture memorable moments. Oh, they still have that? Okay. What else would be good to showcase? Yeah, unfortunately, I had to go to work, so I can't get to level 21 today, but maybe I'll have a follow-up video. I don't know. The thing is, I'm not sure of whether I should make that much content on closed online beta test, because there's already a bunch of MapleStory content creators, and I have a job, so I can't. Maybe there's a perspective from a jobber, I guess. What happens if I try to go in? But you need to be level 21, and apparently KPQ is not great reward, so yeah, and apparently assassins have trouble hitting stuff, so yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how they change the balancing up regarding that. I hope I complained about the 90-day items in the cash shop. Let's see. Everything's expiring in 90 days. Hopefully the pet equipment isn't. Oh, I guess that makes sense. What else? I'm kind of broke. I wonder if this will get me enough to buy me a wand. I want to see how much the wand increases my DM. Oh yeah, and the quests aren't really worth it. I hope they get buffed as well. Man, I really don't want to sell a Mithril Orb, but I need the wand. Okay, that's enough for me to buy my new wand, I think. But as for how I'm feeling, obviously, I do like MapleStory Classic World. I've been waiting for it. I mean, I played it 16 years ago. It's my childhood game. Had a lot more impact than I thought it would on my life, because now I'm a software engineer. I'm making a game as a hobby. And I didn't become a full-on tech bro because I really appreciate art and music, especially behind MapleStory. I think that's what exposed me to liking the arts a bit more as someone who's really tech-oriented. So, yeah. And I got to test previous builds. Like, they had like a public test a while ago, but we were stuck on level 50. So it's interesting to go from 1 to 20 and see how difficult or how strapped you are for resources. Like, literally, everyone was complaining about how they barely had any resources, but we did make it through. So it was possible. And you can always downgrade your enemies that you fight as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go for a staff instead of a wand. So attack speed is nice. However, when you're trying to grind, you want to be one-shotting, two-shotting, maybe three-shotting things. So it'll be better to have the higher damage rating you get from a staff early game, I would imagine. Oh, and you need more luck for it. That's interesting. Obviously, I'm going to get this wooden staff. So 38 attack, 2 critical damage. How much is this one? Wait a minute. So the wand is 41 magic attack. Staff is 3 less, but you get 2 more critical damage. But it's slower. Kind of want to buy the critical damage, but it also requires more luck. So that's going to be an interesting trade-off. Someone's probably going to min-max the heck out of it. But I think as a cleric, you probably don't really care about critical that much right now. But we'll see. Oh, the timestamp thing is working. I'm debating. 41, 3 attack. 3 critical. I'm assuming 1 critical damage is like 5%, but I don't know. Maybe it's 1%. Then it wouldn't be worth it. So because this is slower and gives me less attack, I'm actually going to go with the wand. I don't think it's that big of a difference. So is that just a flat 15? It is just a flat 15 inch on the wand. So yeah, 1 inch is equal to 1 magic, I think. I don't know, actually. I have 102 in. That would make sense. See how much damage it increases. Or how much it increases my damage. 130? 130? Slime. Slump 160. On slime 130. I think that might be some magic resistance or something. Well, let me go back to the wind wand. That seemed like linear scaling, just 15 more attack. So maybe increasing your skill level and mastery is a lot more damage than I thought. So I don't know if that was worth my Meso, but now that I can one-shot the level 20 monsters, I think I'm going to have an easier time getting Meso. But when you're going from like 10 to 20, it's a struggle on resources. I think I'm not going to struggle that much after I get to 21. But we'll see. So yeah, that's just a quick overview of the changes and maybe how to optimize Classic World with its current state. I'm trying to create like unique content because obviously you could watch other content creators, so there has to be some reason I'm making this video. So yeah, that's just my perspective as a jobber, I guess, and someone who thinks about the meta and numbers just a bit. Trying to think of whether I'm missing anything I wanted to include. The F12 button. I guess I could show a few more of the UI, but I feel like you're going to be able to find this from a lot of different content creators anyway. World map for Forgotten Hollow is not released yet. Released later. And I might do a showcase of KPQ, and that'll be it. I'm not sure if I have the time to get to level 30, but I'll try. So yeah, I think that covers about everything I wanted to discuss. I don't know what it's like for the party grinding. I'm sure someone's gonna figure out the numbers. I'm not gonna cover that, but it did seem to be slightly worse than I expected. So from the previous build, but I don't know for sure. Definitely have to wait for more information. So that's kind of my day 1 view, and 6 hours in, level 20, kind of optimizing your grinding. You're being strapped for resources like potions, especially. Everyone is. Assassin struggles a bit with accuracy, so you want to level a nimble body. But mages are still pretty good because we have automatic recovery and we get bonus recovery from... Oh, I need to change this. I'm going to get more... Because of the MP recovery items from skills gets buffed. I think I'm going to have like 10 points here and 3 points in, or maybe 1 point here. That's my preferred build. Not what it is right now. I'd rather have improved MP recovery than this. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope it helps give my own perspective. And, yeah, maybe I'll see you some other time or in the beta test. Thanks for watching.